we've got Michael Zack on the line for Intros with Kato. Mike is a offensive defensive lineman. He goes to St. Andrews College in Toronto, Ontario. He's 6'4", 265 pounds. Mike, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. Well, thanks for taking the time on your Saturday to chat with me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Tell us a little bit about how you got started in your football career.
Well, it all kind of started when I wasn't really playing any sports when I was around grade 1, grade 2, and my dad really wanted me to try something, and he played a bit of football in high school, so he just said, hey, do you want to go try football for 1 year? And at first I was pretty hesitant, and I didn't really want to because I was more of a comfort at-home person, and he said, well, just play for 1 year, and we'll see how it goes from there. Lo and behold, I really enjoyed it, and here I am now.
What position did you start playing at, and where are you playing mostly now?
I started playing at center because I had no idea what I was doing, no idea where to go. As time progressed, I started moving around, played a bit of running back, quarterback, tight end. But now, as I got taller and I got stronger, I'm now a left tackle.
What do you like most about that position at left tackle?
I like it most because, left tackles are really the blindside tackle. They're the ones protecting the quarterback, some of the most important part. And it's always a bit of a challenge. The defensive lineman, the pass rush moves change every single play. So it's always fun to play if it's more of a challenge.
What's your favorite part about being in the trenches with the rest of your linemen?
I'd say it's more of a sense of a community than any other aspect of the team. All the linemen are always together, especially on my team. We always communicate with each other. We always work out with each other. So it kind of forms that brotherhood, I would call it.
So what type of player would you say you are personality-wise?
For the most part, I will let my actions speak for my words, as actions do speak louder than words. But if someone on the other team is, talking trash about myself or any of my teammates, I get pretty fed up with it and I let them know pretty quickly.
Do you find that any coaches or any type of coaching style in particular gets you more motivated or fired up, or do you prefer one style over another?
I would say the type of coach that gets myself motivated and the team motivated the most is the type of coach that's in there with you, that's in the drills with you. It's not like the coach is communicating through any of the assistant coaches to you. He communicates to us directly, and he is with us almost the entire time.
During the season, what is your favorite part?
I would say my favorite part is probably the game or pregame because, the entire environment and the kind of atmosphere around that is just kind of exhilarating. The adrenaline just kind of goes like through your body and you're pumped up and like you're going out to play your favorite sport with your teammates and your friends. So there's nothing to hate about that.
So I know Zack or St. Andrews College has, it's a fairly rich with tradition. Do you guys have any particular traditional things that you do, or?
Usually on homecoming, since it is a Scottish school, we play the bagpipes before we go into the field and we all march out onto the field. So I find that part really, really cool and interesting.
That is cool. I like that. What are your goals for this season? Has the pandemic changed them at all, or are you fairly on track with what you had set out before this whole thing started?
I would say that it's actually helped me a lot more, which is kind of an odd thing to say, I know, but it allowed me to have more time to focus on getting into the weight room, getting my numbers up, and also allowing me to become more fast and quick and agile as well. We don't have a season, but that just allows me to work on all the small things and get those small things right. And if you get the small things right, you can get the big things right.
What has your off season looked like these past few months? Has there been, have you been able to continue on with your training somewhat as you would, or have you had to create or be creative in how you've trained?
At the beginning, I had to be creative with how I trained, but I was able to get my hands on some weights, so that really helped me. And then as gym started opening up, I was able to get to the gym every single day, and that really helped me. Then now that I'm back at school, we're allowed back into the gym at school, so it's all been going uphill.
So I know you're fairly young in your football journey. Has the recruiting process started for you yet, or has any coaches reached out to you, or have you started any conversations with schools?
There hasn't no offers yet, but there's definitely been some interest, but it's all blessing to be able to go through the process.
Would you say that the process is, does it create any stress or anxiety for you, or are you fairly excited and it's, it's all new, and are you enjoying it so far?
I'd say I'm enjoying it because as the more coaches kind of like talk to you and things like that, you realize that the fruits of your labor are really paying off, and that all that hard work that you've been putting in, it's working, and you remember you're doing it for a reason.
What do you want to take at your future school academically?
My future school, I would like to take kind of business and economics, and then afterwards as kind of masters in business and law as well.
Okay. And have you wanted to do that from a young age, or is that just something that you've grown into?
At first, I really kind of wanted to become a politician, but as I've grown older, I've realized that's not really my thing. I'd rather go into the business world, and going into the business world with a law degree would be really, really useful.
I guess politics, as they are right now in the Western world, probably hasn't had a positive influence on you.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with the performance expectations of playing at a high level? I know Zack is a high academic school, and there's quite a few expectations there to obviously do really well in the classroom. How do you find that with playing? Do you find that you put enough pressure on yourself or the people around you? How do you deal with that emotionally, mentally?
Well, it can be challenging. Like if I don't meet my own expectations, it gets me flustered and frustrated. Sometimes if you let a bad play down, you just have to kind of forgive and forget yourself, because if you keep that bad play in your head, it's going to affect you for the rest of the game. And I've seen it happen where it can affect some people even at school. And so I just kind of let myself just relax in the kind of snap beforehand. Right before the snap, I just forget the play and then go on to the next.
What do you, in terms of peer pressure, do you find that you've surrounded yourself pretty much with like-minded people, or do you find that it's hard to say no to people who want to distract you from your goals, either in the classroom or on the field or training? Do you find that maybe some poor influences, do you find it hard to say no to that?
Not necessarily, because I am very fortunate to be able to go to a top academic boarding school. So a lot of people that go here have kind of the same mindset as I do, whereas a lot of people are focused on academics and sports. There isn't a lot of peer pressure in the kind of sense that would be pulling me away from achieving my goals, but more to the sense that they want me to go to to achieve my goals and want me to become the best that I can be. So it's kind of the peer pressure in the sense where everyone is building each other up.
So where do you hope football is going to take you in the future?
Well, I hope football is going to be able to take me to a top academic school, first and foremost, as I know football isn't forever. So hopefully I can study there and then eventually come out with the degrees that I want to get, and then go out into the real world.
Before we sign off, we're going to play a little game. I'm going to say one or two choices, and you're going to pick the one that best represents you, or I'm going to say a statement and you're going to just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Sure.
So if you could have only one video game, what would it be?
Probably NBA 2K.
What are you watching on Netflix?
I would say that I'm watching Suits right now.
Who's your favorite college football team?
Don't really have one, actually. I don't really follow college football that much, but if I had to say one, it would probably be either Michigan, USC, or Syracuse.
So then let's say there's no football. What other sport are you watching?
The NBA.
Or what's on your playlist for music?
I would say a lot of rap or classic rock.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Why not?
Because, it's kind of connecting, and like generally sandwiches aren't really connecting. That's just my own opinion on it, but...
That's a new one. I haven't got that one before. That's great. What's your spirit animal?
I would say probably a moose.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Summer Olympics or Winter Olympics?
Summer Olympics.
Do you kick the single to tie the game or go for two to win the game?
I'd say take the two. Go big or go home.
Thanks for coming on here. I really appreciate it, like I said, and good luck in hopefully, this pandemic is over soon and we can all get back out on the field.
Thank you very much.
Looking for more exclusive Canadian recruiting content? Become a CFC Insider Gold or Silver member today for access to rankings, analysis, and the latest recruiting news from across the country.